myth versus reality. In March 1973, the boxing world believed that Muhammad Ali was invincible once again. After returning from exile and his loss to Joe Frazier,
right hand that did Muhammad Ali no good. That's still a good jab. Time is important here.
Ali had put together a streak of 10 consecutive victories.
That is in there.
Well, he may be making a mistake, Don. Looks like he's sort of leading with his chin.
But take my word for it, I'm 3 feet away, and he's taking no notice. There's nothing.
Thanks, right hand. It's the left hand that he's causing the trouble with. There goes Banks down. That's a knockdown.
In on London. A fuselage of punches by Muhammad Ali. London goes down.
It seemed the king was ready to reclaim his crown against George Foreman. However, on the horizon appeared a man who wasn't on anyone's radar, Ken Norton, a former Marine from San Diego, who, according to experts, was only stepping into the ring to become another statistic on Ali's record. What happened that night at the sports arena wasn't just a fight, it was the physical and psychological dismantling of a legend. Are you ready to witness one of Ali's greatest fights? Many highlight his bouts with Frazier, Foreman, and Norton, but few know these lesser-known yet equally impactful clashes. So grab your favorite drink and enjoy this incredible match. The context: the champion's arrogance versus the workers. DisciplineMuhammad Ali entered this fight with a confidence that bordered on negligence. It's said that Ali trained for barely 3 weeks. He was more occupied with show business, interviews, and his celebrity status than with the gym. To Ali, Ken Norton was just a lump of muscle. It's no secret that Ali loved to talk big in interviews, and he made his opinion about Norton very clear. He wasn't worried. It would be a piece of cake. But Norton was different. While Ali gave speeches, Norton read self-help and sports psychology books. He trained under the philosophy that fear is fuel, not an obstacle. On top of that, Norton had a style that was kryptonite to Ali's approach: the cross-arm guard. This technique allowed him to block Ali's famous jab, while simultaneously launching counterpunches from angles Muhammad couldn't anticipate. So it wouldn't be such an easy fight for the champion. And considering he wasn't fully focused on training, Norton had the potential to pull off a surprise. And spoiler, he did. The stats and the favoritism. The odds were 5-1 in favor of Ali. Fans expected a technical knockout within the first 6 rounds. Ali had the advantage in reach and experience, but Norton held the edge in raw strength and, above all, hunger. Ken Norton would earn just $50,000 for the fight, while Ali would take home $210,000. That enormous pay gap became the fuel Norton needed to prove that money can't buy heart. And the fight began. The battle round by round, rounds 1 and 2. Muhammad Ali started the first round with his usual dancing style, hands low, taunting Ken Norton, but Norton didn't take the bait.
Effect. As fights go on, he has a counter right. Left. We have the mandatory 8 count and then the bell.
In the second round came the moment that changed heavyweight history. Norton landed a short, sharp right hand. Ali felt an explosion. His jaw had been broken in 2.
The total point, highest total points wins the fight. Good left rounds than the other man and still lose the fight. That's what happened once.
Blood began to fill his mouth, but in an act of almost suicidal pride, Ali said nothing to his corner. He chose to fight the next 10 rounds with a fractured jaw, an incredible feat, especially considering it happened so early in the fight, when a blow like that can severely affect balance. Rounds 3 to 6. Ali tried to establish his jab, but kept running into Norton's cross-arm guard. Every time Ali threw a punch, Norton responded with hooks to the body that drained the air from the greatest, forcing him to step back.
There was a time when he could make predictions and make them stick. That was a lot of years. approaching the end now of round 3.
Ali's confidence began to fade. For the first time in years, he looked confused, unable to solve the defense of a man who, on paper, was considered inferior. The pain in his jaw was so intense that Ali couldn't fully close his mouth, making him an easy target for further punishment. Still, he refused to stop, standing his ground like a true warrior.
Otherwise, this is the way Kenny moves to get his power.
What do you make of that, Joe? You sparred with the guy.
Otherwise, a lot of guys move different kind of ways to get their power.
This was Joe Frazier, the former heavyweight champion of the world and the only man ever to have beaten Muhammad.
And I think this Bobby Ken's way of moving.
That, of course.
He knows what it's all about, Howard.
Angie Dundee, the trainer of Muhammad Ali, sitting just over past Joe Arena on ABC's Wide World of Sports. Has he gone back that far? That's not the opening of the baseball season because the bartender's name is Kurt Flood, the former all-star center fielder of the National League. And then finally, live, Flood got into Norton then, but he wasn't hurt.
Rounds 7 to 10. The war of attrition. By the middle of the fight, the crowd was in shock. Thus, the unknown was dominating and controlling Ali as if he had studied him for years. Norton used his jab masterfully, targeting Ali's injured jaw again and again.
Another tame episode. Round 7 is half a minute left. The opportunity to identify themselves.
Let's go! Come on with that, baby! 10 seconds! Let's go! Let's go!
Round is about to end.
Put him under!
And just a moment. What do you think is wrong with the fighter?
There's not much wrong with him right now. He's
been on Wide World Live with September of '66 against the South. It's now gone in round 8.
Muhammad, proving why he's a legend of endurance, absorbed punches that would have knocked out a rhinoceros. He tried to dance to regain points, but Norton followed him like a shadow, cutting off the ring and punishing his ribs. The champion was in real trouble.
As a matter of fact, for much of the fight, Norton has controlled Ali, but hasn't taken precepts because Ali hasn't moved. Arrest against the ropes, and that cost Ali in the Frazier fight. You remember the 11th round? It's a little bit of what we saw from Ali against Joe Frazier. Taking a...
Come on, let's go!
He's been the...
Let's go, Kel! Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go, Kel!
Rounds 11 and 12. In the final round, Norton came out to finish what he started. Ali was exhausted, his face swollen and deformed. Norton unleashed a flurry that nearly dropped him, but Ali stayed on his feet purely on survival instinct.
Joe Frazier took all the fight out of him because that's what Ali... Joe was beaten by George Foreman. Frazier talking to me there. As we pass the minute mark in the final round, he says the fight's
called surprise. I worked with him for 5 years.
Well, I don't know if you heard Joe Frazier. Going to be scoring heavily and is not able to do so. Ali is tired. Ali is really tired.
When the final bell rang, Norton raised his arms. Ali, silent and staring into the distance, knew his aura of invincibility was gone. The verdict and the aftermath. The decision was split but fair. Ken Norton was the winner. The crowd couldn't believe it. Ali was rushed to the hospital for surgery that lasted hours. Doctors were stunned that a man had fought 10 rounds with a fracture of that magnitude. This defeat humanized Muhammad Ali, but it also created a new monster in the division. Ken Norton went from being an unknown to becoming one of the only men, alongside Joe Frazier, who could say he had defeated the most iconic, media-dominant version of Ali. This fight marked the beginning of a 3-bout rivalry, but none were as raw, as real, or as painful as that night in San Diego, where the jaw of a legend was broken, but his spirit became eternal. The world realized the champion could bleed, and the headlines followed almost immediately. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. We promise to bring you more incredible fights that turn the boxing world upside down.